want to be a Jedi like my father. R2. Boop, 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 boop. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Hello, friends. Welcome to LizziefayeLovesBooks. I'm Elizabeth. I don't think I've ever done an intro to a video in the almost 9 years that I've been on BookTube, but today I thought it was fitting. It is May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. Happy Star Wars Day. I could not resist doing a video today, partly because my reading this month is going to be centered almost completely around Star Wars books. And I just thought I would come on here and wish you a happy day. I had originally thought I might do this video earlier in the day, but I spent almost the entire morning at Goodyear getting some work done on our tires. We needed new ball bearings or bearing assembly or whatever in the front tires. And so while I was there, I finished up a Nancy Drew book, not a Star Wars book. I had been needing to finish the April Nancy Drew book for the read-along I'm in, and I got that done. And I also read to Emily our first Star Wars book of the month, a little golden book. This is based on Star Wars A New Hope, and I picked up 3 little golden books at a nearby used bookstore back in December. Or maybe November. I don't know. Anyway, I didn't even know they made little golden books of Star Wars. And on my trip recently, I did find, I think, books for episodes 1, 2, and 3. But in the end, I didn't end up buying those because the price point was just a little bit more than I wanted to pay at that time. But I'm confident that I will run across them somewhere at some point. Anyway, I am excited to be here today. I am wearing a Yoda shirt, and yes, I am aware that it is a Christmas shirt, but it's the only Star Wars shirt I have. I think I still have some vintage shirts from way back in the day. They're packed away somewhere if I still have them, and I'm sure that if I got them out right now, I couldn't fit them. But I have lost a little bit of weight already. My daughter and I have been on a kind of a reduced eating plan, and we've been doing well. So hopefully you will start to see me shrink little by little as we go along for the rest of the year. Anyway, I am excited to be here today to share with you what I'm reading for the month of May. And I have already read a few things for the first 3 days of May and finished up some Amish books that should have been for Amish in April. But now May the 4th is here, and I am ready to embark on a journey of reading Star Wars books. I have never read a full-length Star Wars novel before, and I have owned several of them for many years. But in the last year, I have acquired more, and I acquired a few more on this trip, and I acquired some today at a yard sale. So I want to show you all of those. I may have already included some in a haul. I want to share with you what I'm reading this month. And of course, it's Middle Grade May. And if you saw our Middle Grade May announcement, you know that our theme is Pick Your Path. And my path is science fiction, more specifically Star Wars, because I fell down a rabbit hole a couple of months ago of just looking up Star Wars books, trying to figure out what would be the best reading order. I did run across a website called Utini, and I printed out their 6-page reading list of all the Star Wars legends versus canon, what the best reading order is, depending on what your goals are, and, you know, and what path you want to take, and, you know, what you're interested in. And I got their opinions of what they think is, you know, best to worst. And so I think I have decided what I'm going to read. I probably won't get to all of these, but I want to just show you what I've got in front of me. Kind of a Star Wars book haul / book collection. And did you like my little friends that appeared at the beginning of the video? You did not see all of them, but I did put all 6 of my little vintage Star Wars figurines up here, and I thought they should join me for the day. This is Emily's hat. She's been wearing it all day, but she kindly let me remove it from her head and wear it for the video. So let's get started. I think I showed you in my middle grade May announcement video some of these things, but let me just kind of show you what direction I am planning to take for middle grade May. So I wouldn't consider myself a complete Star Wars geek. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I just have not spent the time and energy to memorize a lot of things, and I don't know the movies backwards and forwards like some people do. I don't know any of the books because I've never yet read a Star Wars book, but we're going to fix that by the end of the month. But my first experience with Star Wars was in May of 1977. I saw Star Wars 3 times that summer, and I was 12 years old. I consider myself to have been the exact perfect age to get the most appreciation from Star Wars. Star Wars, I think, was meant for my age group at the time, and it continues, of course, to please young and old. It is a timeless franchise that all ages can enjoy, and I have loved Star Wars from the beginning. My mother could never understand why I liked it because she was not into science fiction at all. But strangely enough, I guess partly because I lived in a small town, and even though I was able to see Star Wars, the original movie, A New Hope, in the movie theater 3 times, we did not live very close to a movie theater. There was a one-screen theater 20 miles from my home, and then another theater about an hour and a half away in another larger town, and they probably had 4 screens. And I think I saw it twice in my local theater and once over in the other town. But then in 1980, when The Empire Strikes Back came out, I don't know if I was just traveling, too busy with high school or what, but I never got to see it in the movie theater. I always wanted to, but by the time I was going to finally do it, it was already out of the theater. And of course, back then, it didn't just come up on DVD. We didn't have DVDs. I think we had videos at the time. Eventually, I bought them on VHS, and I was able to watch both Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, because I don't think I saw Return of the Jedi in the theater either, because I had never seen The Empire Strikes Back, and I couldn't see 3 without seeing 2. But by the time 1999 rolled around, my husband and I had been married less than a year, and we went to see episode 1 at the theater. I was going to make sure that we saw that at the theater. And then after that, I'm not sure if we saw episodes 2 and 3 in the theater, but then we did see Rogue One and The Force Awakens. So it's been an up and down battle to see Star Wars over the years, but I'm happy to say that over most of 2023, my husband and I sat intermittently throughout the year, as often as we could, in our daughter's room, because she's away at college and she has a big screen TV and has all the streaming services on her TV. And we watched all of Star Wars in timeline order from episode 1 all the way to episode 9, with all of the series in between. We had never seen Clone Wars. We had never seen Mandalorian. We had never seen any of that. And we have watched it all now. In fact, we are still a couple of episodes from finishing the new season of The Bad Batch. And I think there's a couple of other new seasons of things coming up that we will be watching. However, I got him watching Reacher, and now when we sit down at the TV, he wants to watch Reacher until we get caught up with that. So anyway, we are having a fun time getting caught up and watching some various things that we can both enjoy together, because we haven't had television in like cable TV in a long time, and our daughter's TV is really the only one that gets all the streaming services. So when we have a chance, we go in her room when she's not home, when she's away at college, and we watch and catch up on all the things. Anyway, let me get back to the books. So here are the things that I would like to read this month. Now, I want to try to read at least 2 of these older books that I have collected and have owned for many, many years. In fact, I just started this today. I read the prologue, and I was happy to see that the prologue to A New Hope really does line up exactly with the movies, episodes 1, 2, and 3. And, they just, it really just lines up perfectly. So that I was glad of. I probably will not jump into reading either of the other two novelizations yet, because I would like to read Han Solo's adventures, and I don't know which one comes first. These are by Brian Daley, and I believe that these are some of the earliest authorized novels of Star Wars. And the very earliest, according to what I have read, is one that I just checked out from the library today, and I think I might have shown this or talked about this in my Middle Grade May announcement. This is Splinter of the Mind's Eye by Alan Dean Foster. Now, if you look at the Utini list of best to worst, it's down there near the bottom, but I still like to start at the beginning. And so while I won't read things exactly in publication order, I wanted to at least start with this one, and then I will hop into Han Solo's adventures. From there, I may skip ahead and read a couple of other middle grade books that I have, since it's Middle Grade May. I have this Luke Skywalker book. It came in a sleeve. I don't know if you've ever seen these. I've got a couple of others. I've got an Obi-Wan Kenobi and a Darth Vader, but I have misplaced them today, and so I don't have them to show you. I think I showed them in my Middle Grade May announcement. Then I have this book that I don't know if it's considered a full-length novel or if this is a scaled-down version. Anyway, it's called The Lost City of the Jedi. I need to look and see if this is on the Utini list. I'm not sure. Then I'm not going to reread these, but while I'm talking about middle grade books, I just want to recommend these to you. Now, these are kind of Star Wars adjacent, Star Wars themed, if you will, but not science fiction. But this is a fantastic series. If you're looking for something to read for Middle Grade May, The Strange Case of Origami Yoda by Tom Engelberger is fantastic. It's about a group of middle school kids, and it's a whole series. I own them all, I've read them all, and I love them all. So I highly recommend this series if you are looking for a middle grade book to read for Middle Grade May. Okay, so now I have picked up a couple of books from the library today. I also stopped at a yard sale this morning, and they had some Star Wars books. And I said, well, I have to buy these. It's Star Wars Day. So these are actually books about, I think, novelizations of episodes 2 and 3. I don't know if they are the full versions or scaled down. I have a feeling that these are kind of scaled down a little bit. Anyway, episode 2, Attack of the Clones, episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. And what makes me think these are scaled down is that I actually do have this mass market paperback of Revenge of the Sith, and it is quite a bit longer. So I'm guessing that this is the full-length version. Now, how many copies of Revenge of the Sith do I need? Apparently, I need 3 because I also have it in hardcover. I didn't know when I bought one that I had the other. Anyway, it's fine. I may or may not keep them both. We shall see. So I got these 2 this morning, and one other one. This is The Force Awakens, also a novelization. So that is really fun to have those. And then at that same garage sale, now I paid 50 cents a piece for all of these. And then for 75 cents each, I picked up Star Wars Coding Projects. I have no idea what this is about. It looks like it's something computer related. I don't know. I just picked it up. And then I also picked up this still sealed package of Crayola color and sticker Star Wars. So I don't know what I'll do with this. I might just color it myself, or I might resell it if it's got any value, or I doubt I'll let Emily have it. She just wouldn't quite appreciate it. But anyway, this was 75 cents as well. Here's what the back looks like. And then today I went to the library after we got done at Goodyear, after we got our car done. And I was looking, I was in the kids' room, Emily and I was getting some Caldecott winners because we are going to read some more Caldecott winners this month. I'm going to read those with her. And on one of the nonfiction shelves where I was looking for one of the Caldecott winners, I noticed some Star Wars books. There was several of these kind of architectural Star Wars books, and so I picked this one up. This shows cross sections of a lot of Star Wars spaceships. So I was really excited to learn about this and other Star Wars nonfiction books that I will try to take a look at over the next little while. And then I found this one. It just looked cute. It's Star Wars, What Makes a Monster? And it's just all about the different monsters from Star Wars. So I grabbed that. Now, I have been purchasing some books lately. Some of them you've seen, if you've seen my book hauls in 2023. And some of them I have not shown yet in a book haul. I think I will show you the newest ones first because I haven't shown you those before. And these will also be shown again in my footage I'm currently working on right now, part 2 of my road trip footage. And there will also be a part 3. So these will all be in there. So one of the stores I went to in the South was McKay's. But they had a couple of Star Wars books that were pretty reasonably priced. They were older Legends books. They had some of the newer books as well, and those were considerably higher. So I opted for the older books, and I paid $3.50 for the Crystal Star, and then I paid $4.50 for Planet of Twilight. This is by Barbara Hambly, and the Crystal Star is by Vonda McIntyre. And then at one of the other stores on my trip, I found this one, Before the Awakening. And then when I got home, I went to the opening day of the new bookstore that is owned by the same people I work for. It's in a different town. I have worked there some, like in getting the shop prepped for opening, but I don't know if I will work there any now that it's open, because I work 2 days a week at the book shelter, and I showed footage of that, if you missed it, in my part 1 of my trip vlog, because I just wanted to start my showcase of bookstores with the one where I work. But anyway, at the new store, which is called Book of Readerville, you'll see a clip from there in part 3 of my travel vlog. I found these, and hardcovers are $4 a piece, so that's what I paid for both of these. One of them is Smuggler's Run, and the other one is The Weapon of a Jedi. And I just really like how this series looks. I don't know how many of them there are. I really like this neutral background with the red accents. I am going to be on the lookout for these, and I'm pretty sure, based on the length and just the look of the books, that these would be considered middle grade books. So I'm excited about those. And then the most recent one I got was at the store where I work. I could not resist this. Y'all, I bought this for the hair. Look at Han Solo's hair on this cover. Is that not awesome or what? I could not resist. This is Vision of the Future by Timothy Zahn. And I hope I like the book, but it doesn't matter because I love the hair. So now, in case you missed some of my previous book hauls that I did in 2023, these are all books that I got in 2023, and that's kind of what started me on this yearning, I guess, to finally read some Star Wars books. I got a set of 3 X-Wing books. I don't know the order of them. I think it says on here somewhere. These are by Michael Stackpole. Really nice little set. And it would be great if we hadn't spilled coffee on the edge of one of them and got coffee stain right there and on the first several pages. So I'm very disappointed about that. Or maybe it was Coke. I don't know. One or the other, same difference. Anyway, I think this is number 2, Wedge's Gamble. Then the other ones are The Kryptos Trap and Rogue Squadron. So I'm not going to get to these this year. I mean, at least not this month. But I'm just going to show you what I got. Now, if I read any of these adult or YA novels this month or this summer, this is probably where I will start, because I have read that this is probably the most popular and considered a great place to start with Star Wars books. Lost Stars by Claudia Gray, and it's a little bit of a chunker, but I'm excited to get to it. I already showed you Revenge of the Sith in hardcover. The rest of these are all hardcover. I have The Clone Wars. I have Ahsoka. Rogue One Catalyst, or Catalyst, a Rogue One novel. This one's interesting looking. It's a Scribd. Dooku, Jedi Lost, Scribd by Kevin Scott. I haven't been telling you the author of these, I don't think. The Rogue One novel is by James Luceno. Clone Wars is by Kieran Travis. Revenge of the Sith is by Matthew Stover. All right, I've got 2 left. Star Wars The New Jedi Order, Balance Point by Kathy Tyers. And then one more that is a nonfiction book. This is The Science of Star Wars, an astrophysicist's independent examination of space travel, aliens, planets, and robots as portrayed in the Star Wars films and books by Gene Cavellos, author of The Science of the X-Files. So that's what that looks like. I don't know when I will get to this, but it sounded very interesting. And it's not super long. I wonder if this is on audio. This is the kind of book I would appreciate on audio. Anyway, I think that's all I want to share with you today. Thank you so much for joining me for this little Star Wars adventure in books. And I hope that wherever you are having a fun Star Wars day. And if you're watching this after Star Wars Day, I hope you had a fun day. And I hope that maybe this month you will pick up a Star Wars book. If you do, let me know in the comments. And if you're participating in Middle Grade May, let me know that as well. But that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a great day. Read a good book, and God bless you.